Guys, good evening, guys. I hope you are good. Now it's been a weekend. I think we can start with what we had on the daily time. And for the sake of these charts, we are expecting a kind of uptrend continuation after we see E taking out some major highs to the upside. You notice that E also pushed down and tapped into this particular daily will be. And one of the things we trade here is want to see where there's volume in the market, which is very, very important. I know some people always use indicators to mark out their volume. But when you understand market structures very well, I think those things are very easy. It's just for you to see where the big boys are really, really putting in their money, where you are having impulse movement compared to when you are having corrections. Like now, we have this impulse movement here is a very clear corrections because the market was printing more candles when they are selling than when they are buying. And because of that, we were able to see on the 4 hours opportunities to sell within that range. Because standing here last week was not Tuesday or so, now technical Tuesday, which we said jump on a sell here. That's important for you know the kind of trader you are, because you'll be able to move within the internal structures, you'll be able to take the advantage of the internal structures. So looking at it, some of our traders caught some sell on Euro USD, selling back to this particular 4 hours will be here, which we on the higher time frame were expecting that uptrend continuation, which I took the advantage of this psychological price to the upside. I think we on it on the technical Tuesday. Have you Stanley? So
Yes, sir.
so technical Tuesday we were able to figure out the buy opportunity. Why you when you were selling, I said the seller you are, me, I'm waiting for the buy. And you sold to that level whereby you had your TP8 and I was looking at the bigger picture of expecting the markets to come and create a new higher high at this particular level here, jumping on the buy. That is important of you understanding market structures. When you understand how the markets move in waves, then definitely you can continue to take advantage of the markets. Now, looking at it, if you notice what I have on my chart here, I already had a mark out here telling me that I'm expecting a shift on this particular time frame. Definitely, we've gotten a shift internal structure here, right? Already. But I want to see because I like to look at the market and get pictures. I want to see market taking out this particular high. Once we achieve this high by tomorrow, possibly by tomorrow, let's see what the market will give us there. If we can have a shift to the upside here, then I will now consider seeing this level here as liquidity. That's the first thing. Then see this 4 hours OB as a valid OB, which market may likely, we don't control the market, which market may likely run back to grab those 4 hours liquidity and push to the upside. Need a bigger picture. So now, if I'm expecting liquidity to be grabbed here, then respect this OB. For that movement to happen, let them take out this particular high already marked out here. So that is going to give me a better shot, very good prediction. Truly, there's a shift already to the upside, and I'm expecting corrections. But any bad levels which I would like to take a buy for. So for the sake of 4 hours, this is what I'm looking at. Wish you guys know that I spend more time on 4 hours. But if you are now stepping down to 1 hour, which Stanley, do you have anything on 1 hour, 15 minutes for Euro USD? Or you looking at your
Yes.
intraday movement? Okay.
Yeah, yes.
All right, let's see what you are also looking at for the intraday movement. I can mark out my chart.
Okay, so on 4 hours, so please can you go to 4 hours?
Okay, 4 hours. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So I took a sell from this particular OB here. This OB here, I took the sell down to this level here. So why I took that sell was because if you see we have this break of structure here, then this OB So price came down to this place, and it gave us a reaction upward. Then the sellers took this particular place where the sellers took control from the buyers. So we got the change of character here. So I saw this particular, if you look at this particular zone, you see this internal movement, lower high, lower low, then this shift to the upside, then price came, failed to break this high, then it gave a shift to the downside. This was the particular level that was supposed to break this low, but this zone came here, swept this place as liquidity, then gave this real move to the downside. So this zone actually swept liquidity. So it's a zone that's going to actually like push the market. So I got down to the lower time frame and I saw a change of character on this level here. So I took the retracement sell down to this place. So right now I actually missed this buy because I was waiting for change of character and all,
Yeah,
but
I
it
know.
didn't
I
retrace back
told
to
I
my
told you for technical
yes,
Tuesday that me, I'm using
yeah,
psychological price to take the buy.
exactly. So it
Yeah.
didn't retrace back to my level. So I'm looking at this trend line liquidity here, and I'm looking at this. There's this OB here, this sell
Okay. Yeah.
OB.
Yeah.
Yes, so yeah, so I'm looking at if price breaks this high here. Yes, if price breaks this high here, and I don't see, and it might like the impulse movement is very high, that it doesn't come back to give us another entry. I'm looking at this particular level here, pushing the price back down
The
for a
downside.
retracement. So if I see a change of character here, I'll take another sell down to this particular place for the buy to clear this level here.
Uh, see, just supposed to clear the
But
chart.
for our main, the whole overall trend is buys. We're
Hmm.
looking for buys, but before the buys, we'll still be catching the
Have some
little sells.
sales. Yeah. Now, the target is if the market can push to this particular hold,
Yeah.
the only reason why I will even close the current buy movement I had now is when I have like a kind of 1 hour shift within
Yes, exactly.
that particular range. So if I can't get that 1 hour, even though if I see like a very strong bearish candle on the daily, I won't because for now, looking at the recent movement, let's see what we have on the daily time frame. Can you see the way the Friday candle closes? No, so it
It's a
was a
very
very,
strong
very strong,
engulfing candle.
Yes.
exactly. So
Yeah.
because of that, I'll be expecting continuation of that for
Mr.
at
Banks, if you
least.
go to the weekly, you will see the
mm,
engulfing candle is very
Yes, now.
big.
Yes, now.
Like
Yes, now. Yes, now. Yes, now. So imagine just
very
1 week
big engulfing
engulfing
candle.
three weeks. So it's obvious that the
Weeks.
bullies are
Yes.
very the bulls are very active in this particular movement. So if you notice too, that was the correction we had on that 4 hours. And that's the importance of you
Yeah.
understanding your market movement very well. So all this movement is that's the strong bullish movement we had on that weekly time frame. So once we are seeing that kind of a market, then even though there will be correction, that correction will just be intraday correction. It's not something that will be so only if you have a funny news that come up and just change the whole thing like that. And I noticed that for last week we don't really have those crazy news like that. Market was so calm. So I think we're on the same page when it comes to Euro USD. And looking at that, I want to show you something on the AD USD. Let me show you on the weekly time frame. I've been on this guy for some weeks now. So we're looking at here some few weeks back that this guy pulled into this particular weekly OB. And for complete 2 weeks, we had this good rejection for complete 2 weeks. So me, I was expecting a sell at least. Let's have some good move to the downside, even though if the buy will continue. But look at what happened that last week. The same thing that happens to Euro USD was the same thing that also occurred in this AD USD. The Friday candle just came up and just snapped the whole week, just Friday alone. So the target now is if this guy, that's why I need to mark out the shadow. Okay, is the guy giving us a kind of impulse movement, the upside. Then seeing all these levels as correction. But the confirmation for that is I'm looking at this guy taking out this particular high here, just like almost the same thing we're having in that ADSD. So if I have this shift to the upside there, then I'm ready to trade two zones. The first one on 4 hours is this psychological price here, while the second one is this OP here, which is the extreme level. So that means I'm looking at two levels, the psychological price from this level, the OB here. So which, if they are taking out that level, all these levels will be a very good discount for me to catch up with a buy. And never forget, here, I also have a 4 hours level here, which here we are having quite a number of liquidity here that the market can still come down to grab. But the only condition for these markets to come in and for us to just jump in is allow the markets to take out this particular high. That is going to give us a very clear movement on the market. Okay, that the market is done with this particular correction. Now they make their decisions to start going up. And since we're having this impulse movement, by the time they are selling, that's after taking out this high, let's have good correction before going on. So it's this correction that will even give us that confidence to jump in once we have that shift to the upside. So that's what I have for AUD USD. Looking at them taking out this high, then I know that the internal structure is shifted to the upside and I expect the buy to continue. Then for AUD share, we had this since last week also. Now, one of the reasons why I want to sell this guy, if you notice what is happening here, if you are looking at this 4 hours time frame, this level here will be my low, and this other high here will be my high. Please, guys, are we seeing this? I just want to show you the reason why I consider the internal structure for itself. Now, the internal structure here is a few correction which we were expecting market to come and mitigate these 4 hours will be here. That was the major target here for almost 2-3 weeks now that was this guy. And now we had this movement to the downside. And the reason why I consider this is what happened on the weekly time frame. So for last week, it was a kind of indecision candle. It is a bearish candle. Upper week was a very strong bearish pimba. So when I was using my fibs from this low to this particular high, this rejection came from above 50% of my Fibonacci retracement. And because of that, I consider selling. That, oh, okay, if this guy can give us a very strong bearish candle on the weekly time frame, then maybe the market is ready to continue in its downtrend. So the reason why I consider a sell on this guy is because of what the market showed me on the weekly time frame. So now let's come back to that 4 hour. So now, the best thing that would have happened here on 4 hours is seeing the market taking out these this previous low. Short. If this thing can happen by Monday, I'll be coming aggressive here to sell to the downside because I'll be expecting this guy to hold back to the downside. Let them come and create a new lower low. So the beauty of this trade is seeing this guy taking out this particular low to the downside. Then expect this level here is a clear, clean 4 hour zombie that can hold the market selling to the downside. Now, that is for those of us who are still scared about losing. But for somebody like me, if this market pull back based on the way it's struggling now, you can push back to this level, I will be on it, right? Taking the sell. I've accepted it already before even doing anything. So I'm ready to take the blow. Yeah. But for those of us who are still trading conservatively, still waiting for the beautiful confirmations, the joy is allow this market to take out this particular low and give us the retracement back here to set to the downside. Please, do we understand these guys? Before you make your decisions,
yes, sir.
You have to know if you are accepting the risk. You understand that now. So if you know you're not comfortable for The internal structure mean that I'm looking at that, okay, this guy will likely continue going up. I'll come and mitigate this level. Make sure you wait for a shift to the downside here, which already marked out. So once you are seeing that,
Yes.
beautiful, then you expect
Yes.
that's additional confirmation for you to sell. You understand that now. So, but for the agba traders in the house, we consider this as impulse movement already to the downside, then seeing all these levels as correction. So the market give us a very clean entry conditions there by selling to the downside. But if by Monday the market push to the downside and take this low to the downside, then we now have additional confidence for us to see that truly the internal structure has shifted to the downside and will continue selling. So that is for AUDC share. Then on Tuesday, Kisling, Stanley,
So,
our trade is running. Oh. So I know you don't trade Euro GPP. So the Tuesday setup that we
yeah.
had. So
I saw the setup and he said we should manage the trade.
yes. So
I
the
saw
guy
I
just came
remember when he
in
dropped the
and
setup.
just tapping on Wednesday. And then we had it on Tuesday now. But the trade triggered on Wednesday. So and currently now I have second entry level on 1 hour. So for those of us who would like to join the sell, we're expecting this guy to come and mitigate these our 4 hours will be down here. But if you notice how I mark it, I'm not waiting for market to even come to that 4 hours OB. So once they grab this liquidity here, I will take profit here. That's why I have it. So on 4 hours, I'm looking at another level where we can join this sell continuation. I know Friday was a very strong bearish candle. So I consider this level as liquidity areas to grab. Then let them respect our hobby here and drop to that side. If you are looking at it on 1 hour, this is only the valid hobby here for this market to drop. So I'm still bearish on the Euro GPP, which we were expecting the sell to continue. And then someone also took it to, I sent it to the group now. That was when Billion said I should send the chat to the group. So I also sent it to the group. And one of our guys also took it too. And that's why I was trying to update the group that please try to manage your trade. Try to manage your trade. So now partial profit has been taken now from the first entry so that once the second entry comes in, but if we're even losing it, we are not losing anything because we already take some partial profit and also shift exit to our entry price for security purpose. So for the sake of real GPP, I'm still bearish and I'm looking at a 1 hour hobby to continue the sell to the downside. So please consider taking Euro GPP, do your analysis and check out the reason why we want to sell from this particular valid 1 hour OB. So that's what I have on Euro GPP. And do we have all these GJ guys on the floor? GG, everything graphics. I can see you, Mr. Victor. Evening. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. So I have GG on the 4 hours. I have GG on the 4 hours. GG on the 4 hours. And okay. I have GG on the 4 hours. Okay, evening, bro. Evening. Now looking at GG, we need to be extraordinarily careful in taking a buy because it's coming back to this level. Now, the reason why I said we need to be careful is because checking what happened on the weekly time frame. I always like to see what the big boys are doing on the weekly time frame. So, 2 weeks ago, we have this strong bearish pivot. And because of that, I'm expecting more push to the downside. More push to the downside. So, now looking at the 4 hours time frame, and I noticed that the 4 hours time frame is giving a valid OB here. This 4 hours time frame here, I will advise, GJ can be so stubborn sometimes that will not even give you any entry condition before moving in your favor. So I want to advise for those of us that trade GJ, please make sure you have a good confirmation before you take a buy at this 4 hours will be. Make sure you have a good confirmation. So already it's already building up liquidity already. It's already building up liquidity already, which is a very good one. But I will advise, make sure you see a very good confirmation. Now, if you see what happened, we're also having another 4 hours over here that the market induced because this is already liquidity as well down here. So because of all this liquidity is the reason why I was like, okay, and we had that weekly bearish pin bar. So and because of this liquidity area here, this guy will likely sell to this level. So I majorly mark it out because of video. I know it trade GJ very well. So I ensure that we have a confirmation level before we take a buy at GJ level here because of that weekly candle. And for USD cards, I like to look at it on the daily time frame. Now we've been waiting for mitigation of this daily OB. And currently now the market is very close. I'm expecting this trade to mature for this week that we are going into. I'm expecting this guy to mature for us. So which I'll be updating us later during the week if market push to this particular OB, then to be a valid trade for us is going to go the short. The buy will be a very long buy for us. It's going to be a long buy. It's going to be a long buy. That's if market gives us an entry condition at this particular level, it's going to be a long buy for us. So that's what I'm looking at on USD card. For USD CHF, last week technical Tuesday, we were expecting this guy to come and tap this OB to sell to the downside. But the guy just induced entry level and push to the downside. So fine. Let the sell continue, no problem. I was like, the guy did not really trigger from our entry point, which is our OB now. So for the sake of this week, these are the guys I'm looking at. So let me open the floor for contribution and also for those of us who also want to give us some tips on any of our peers. Then, sorry, before we go. Good. Yeah, sorry. I should not forget this because. So I'm looking at good as well. This level here is going to be is a significant level for me. This particular level because I have two confluences there. I have a psychological price and I also have the other block. So even though before market will come back here, I will consider buying good from this level. So for those of us who are good diggers, please review your chart. Let's see what you're also saying. From my own hand, I have this valid two OBs to join OB to join gold for a buy. Okay. So that's what I have for the week, guys. Then I want to call our attention to SRP. I know I've been talking about SRP since last year. Call attention to SRP for daily time frame. SRP is still in a correction, which I mark it out during the weekend. I felt like, okay, let me still share it with us. For those of us who are investors, so you can also buy and keep for a long time investment. SRP.
Mr. Banks,
Yes,
this
Stanley.
XRP coin, I've been holding XRP for like, let's say 4 years, I mean 3 years now.
Keep on holding. Keep on holding, man. The same thing here too.
Should I keep on holding?
Yes, now I've been holding mine too for over 6 years now. So let's just keep on holding. Yeah. Let's keep on holding. In short, I'm still buying more. I'm buying more. Then Bilon is not around. Would have testified to this, and I gave this. This is stock. So for those of us who you can use a bamboo to get your stocks. So this is a very very good stock that we can buy for those of us who are long time trader. So it's MSTR. So I want us to go and make our research about this particular stocks. It's a very good one. I know the man is already in the White House working directly with Elon Musk and that of the sitting president. So it's a very good stocks. The store, I will call it a small bank, it's a digital bank. And they have all of their investment in crypto. They also, I just want us to go and do our research before we buy it. It's a very good stock which I'm expecting is going to be a very good one for those of us that are long-time investor. You just buy and keep. I know Billion bought this guy late last year. Yeah, I wish I gave them on the trading floor. So all of them that bought for last year, they are in profit now. So we're having corrections currently now that give us an opportunity to also join again. So for the sake of us, I want to just can use bamboo to get these particular guys. Just buy small and keep. so that by the time the good news come on it, then you are not left behind. I wish us a profitable week ahead, and for us to work as a community, don't forget to drop your setup on the group, which I'll also be doing some breakdown early in the morning tomorrow, so that I can also send it to the group for us to have access, and for those of us who are not on the call be able to have access. Please never forget that no matter how good you are as a trader, risk management is the only thing that will keep you in the charts, that will keep you in the game. Please learn to protect your capital and be a smart trader. Anything we are doing here is a collective agreement. So please make sure you manage your risk as you trade for the week.